Good morning. Welcome back to the north. As you can see, everything looks okay right now in the Oscar tank. But thankfully, I sleep fairly light. They did it again, what they did to me on Christmas Day. They Someone got in between the pipe over here. Let me turn the light on so you can see it a little better. Still hasn't sunned up entirely. They knocked this pipe out of here again. And if they hit it too hard, I mean, I've got it all pushed in, but if they hit it too hard, they knock it up, they drive it up out of the water. And that happened again last night. So I heard water hitting the floor. It come downstairs. It had just started, so I didn't lose much water or nothing, and I fixed it right away. But and then after that, I was awake, so I took a walk to the store, nearby gas station, and on my way there, I found this on the ground. It's a big ass suction cup with a hole drilled through the middle there. So I'm gonna put that on the inside, up against the glass on the side there, and then I'm gonna tie wrap the top of that post to this. And hopefully that suction cup's big enough that when they hit it, it doesn't come off the glass. I'm thinking it will be. And that should solve that problem for me. And it's kind of funny like that. It seems to be working out that way for me when it comes to, getting this hobby up and running. I've been doing it on a shoestring budget. I've been, all my racks downstairs, that's all stuff I pulled, wood and stuff that was pulled out of the trash. You know, thrown out extra warped 2x4s and stuff nearby. There's a lot of construction going on because we have a housing crisis. And, we're just pulling pieces of scrap 2x4 out of bins and things like that. I built all my racks downstairs that way. And every time I need something, it just seems to show up for me. Like last night, I needed a solution for that, for them knocking out that weir. And then I'm walking down the street, and right on the sidewalk, right in front of me, there's this massive suction cup. Oh, look, that'll solve my problem. I mean, it just keeps happening to me that way. It's so weird. I get a big Oscar. I'm like, oh my God, that Oscar's so big that my tank, I had it in a 75 gallon too small. Boom, a solution just comes out of nowhere, and I end up with a big, huge tank for them. It's always unexpected, and I seem to just always get through. It's really weird. One problem to the next. I find the cheapest, easiest way to solve it, and I get it done. But yeah, the discus tank's just looking absolutely beautiful. I have to water change it this morning. You wouldn't think I need to, but just based on how many days it's been, I need to. So probably don't have to, but you can see I'm getting some stuff hanging out up there. That means the water's thickening up. If I had a TDS meter, which I don't, it would show me the water was, not horrible, but it's on its way. Those bubbles are lasting. They're carrying across to the front of the tank. But they're very small, right? And then as things get worse, if you ever want to use the bubbles to watch your situation the way I do, as things get worse, right now they're pretty tiny, but they're lasting. And as the TDS gets worse, the bubbles will get bigger and last. So you'll end up with, big, large bubbles floating across the top of your tank if you wait too long. And that's how you know. You don't really need a TDS meter. You just gotta watch your water, learn how to watch your bubbles. Back in the day, we didn't have TDS meters. We had to do it this way. So you'll probably often hear old school fish keepers, talking about bubbles. And then the new school fish keepers will talk about a TDS meter. But it's really that simple. You don't need to waste your money on a TDS meter. You just gotta learn to watch your bubbles. That's all you gotta do. There's no real advantage to knowing the exact number of your TDS, in my opinion? None. You should be able to see it anyway if you know how to look for it. So, well, something to share with people there, because it's effective. It works. Just watch your bubbles. Now, maybe that just works in my city because, or with my water, because the way I pre-treat it in barrels and things like that. Definitely out of the tap, it would be a lot more bubbly if I just did a water change. Actually, my water would be filled with micro bubbles, and that's horrible for discus. So you don't. Most fish don't care, but discus have a different slime coat, and when the micro bubbles are in the water floating around, it'll stick to the micro bubbles will stick to their slime coats, and then literally lift the slime coat right off the fish. And at that point, your fish is vulnerable to infection because the slime coat's its shield. So when you put micro bubbles in the water, and the micro bubbles cause the slime coat to lift off, well, that's how you'll get a sick fish real quick. That's another tip for keeping discus. If your hose is making lots of little bubbles in your water every time you do a water change, and you notice your glass has bubbles all over the side of it because the fresh water, and it'll be worse in the winter than it is in the summer. It seems to be worse with cold water. But yeah, that shit will kill your discus. It's not a disease. It's not nothing. It's just that it lifts their slime coat, and then they're vulnerable. So there's always something in your tank that'll piss these guys off if something weakens them. And that's how it works. You just gotta be careful about that sort of stuff. And that's how you keep healthy fish. Clean water, no microbubbles. But yeah, I'll probably live stream the water change. I'll do that in a few hours because everyone's still sleeping. And I'll just, even if no one shows up, that's fine. It's just another video on the channel to help with the whole, keep the watch hours up. It's all about the watch hours. I don't really, the clicks are nice, the upvotes are nice, but at the end of the day, nothing else matters but watch hours. And that's why, I don't understand people who make 4 videos a month, because you'll never, ever, ever get anywhere on YouTube making 4 videos a month. It's a numbers game, right? And the number you want's watch hours. Well, if you make 4 videos a month, there's only so many watch hours you can get that way. So I used to sell computers, and I would sell my computers at a very low price, and I would get high volume that way. And volume equals money. You work harder, but you'll get more for that hard work in the end. You get the whole city coming to you because you got the cheapest computer in the magazine. It's better if you're selling 200 computers than selling 10 or 20. You'll make more money. You'll work harder, but you'll make it. That's the way I've always been. So, that's just how I roll. But thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and we will catch you on the next one.